All right, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and California and the WWE Universe and all that good stuff are the next team. I know that joke probably gets old, but anyhow. Wow, they've got this team literally taking nothing but relief pitchers. I'm not exactly mad at it, given the Angels' makeup. They do need relievers. They also need starters, but I don't pick for them, so this is what the experts have chosen for them. First pitcher, Monty DeBro. Uh, Elite, if not damn good, hit and K per nines for a closer. He's pretty much majorly ready with those. Your walks per nine you can work with. The home runs per nine, he's gonna definitely prevent the long ball. He's a lefty. Granted, a lot of batters hit lefties better, but if he's missing bats, it won't matter. A four seam, a sweeping curve, changeup, and a slider. Elite arm strength. Do not even put three gloves in his hands or he won't field it. Don't put a bat in his hand either. Durability at a 64, so he'll probably start out in one of the minor league systems. And then if he can at least stay healthy, he's going to be a major leaguer. Next up, Santiago Marmoleo, a 20-year-old Venezuelan lefty batting, righty throwing. He's got good enough K per nines that he's right on the cusp of probably AAA. Walks per nine, home runs per nine, you can live with those numbers. Control, again, you can live with that too. Velocity, definitely good. Four seam, curveball, slider, splitter, a excellent fielder for a pitcher. Arm strength not really there, but we don't really. Hey, if you can help get an out where it otherwise might not have happened, you'll definitely take it. Don't put a bat in his hands. Durability is that probably explains his 64 potential. Next up, Estevan Urban from Pennsylvania, or Estevan Urban. Put a little inflection for no reason. Let me see. Hits per nine, you can live with that. Solid. Home runs per nine, elite for any prospect at this, hell, any player at this point. You know what? I'm not even too mad at this draft, to be honest with you. If you're picking guys like this, lefty throwing, lefty batter, you probably won't see the bat in his hands much. Nope. 53 durability. Arm strength is good. So again, as long as he's healthy, again, the Angels might have some good relievers to help out Shohei and Mike Trout. Next up, Hoyt Rodriguez from Rhode Island, righty throwing, righty batter. And I don't know if y'all are looking at that right-hand side, but holy hell does he throw hard. The problem is he only throws essentially fastballs. So if a guy that hits dead red, they're gonna have a field day with him. Ks per nine is actually only average. I thought it'd be a lot better. Walks per nine, he's actually good at that. He'll actually be able to pepper the zone. Control, could use work. Velocity, one of the absolute best. Arm strength, 72. Accuracy, 62. Again, the splitter says it's 92. It could probably get up to 95, and the fastball probably up to 100. Durability, despite him being a hard thrower, he will stay on the field for the most part. The only position player they haven't taken is Michael Cannon, 59 overall, 73 righty contact, 69 vision, so he sees very nicely. 72 bunt. This guy actually doesn't look too shabby, except his fielding ain't shit. 48 fielding, 45 arm strength, 65 speed. So he's a pinch runner and a righty, pinch hitter. Hits pretty much all the way around except pretty much in the middle against lefties. A good pick. We just got to see how far that actually plays out with that seed potential. And lastly, Michael Lopez, the reliever, 18 years old from Venezuela, throws a fastball, a changeup, and a splitter, and a curveball. Hits per nine is good. Gonna need to work on the other 2 and 3 actually of the per nines. Control. Yeah, he throws hard and probably throws a lot of wild pitches. 78 velocity, which is very good, and break is at 67. Do not put a bat in his hands, but 70 durability is good. We go out west to Oakland, and oh man, These potentials might make these players seem worse than their stadium is terrible looking. And Joe Mixon looks like he decided to play baseball. Wait, that's not Joe Mixon. That's not the Joe Mixon I'm thinking of. Anywho, we start with Eric Hare, who's got major league lefty contact. Not much in the way of power as a shortstop. Good and solid, contact against righties. Vision discipline clutch. You can work with that. This man's from Georgia. Is all right. He's not much of a fielder. His arm strength is not there, and he's an okay speed threat. Next is Carlos Juarez. Again, not much in the way of bat at all. He can bunt a little bit, some. Durability is good. He's not a fielder, but he's fast, which doesn't really bode well for him. Next up is Domingo Bourbon. He's got major league contact against righties, which the majority of pitchers are. Gonna need to work against lefties. He might just be a platoon guy, though he's a switch hitter. Vision is 63, discipline at 73. There are a lot of major league guys that aren't as disciplined as he is. Clutch is all right. Durability, he's okay. He is a fielder and a speed guy. You're going to, he's going to rest his laurels on that and hopefully work on the rest of his game. He may be a major leaguer in, I'd say 2 seasons. Next is Joe Mixon. Not that Joe Mixon, as this guy's left-handed. His bat is okay. He doesn't have the power. I would expect football Joe Mixon to actually hit for some power if he played baseball. Somebody look that up for me. Durability. He's going to stay on the field. Though will he field well? Not really. Speed just not there. Work in progress from the Jersey-born lefty thrower. Next is David Strange. Stranger Things. If he ever comes up, that's going to be his nickname. New York-born lefty. He's got okay contact. Power's going to need some work, obviously. Vision is all right. Doesn't bunt. Is a guy that's going to stay on the field for the overwhelming majority of your season, though. Do you really want him out there with that kind of fielding at first? You're just asking for balls to just slip under his glove constantly and not a speed threat. And next is Waylon Griffith. From Pennsylvania, has elite stamina. His per nines are going to need some work. He's got good enough control on his pitches with the 63 walks per nine in control. Velocity, good enough. Break, good enough. He throws 3 fastballs, a 4-seam, a 2-seam, and a sinker. His circle change is peppered in as well as an off-speed pitch, as well as the curveball as a breaking ball. All right, team from the Northwest is up. Next, Waylon Burke, the first player they've got them taking, a 91 potential starting pitcher. Very good stamina, good hit per nines. His walk per nines is better than most. K per nine, going to need some work. Velocity is okay. He only throws 3 pitches, though. A cutter, a slider, and a curveball. If that's all he needs, then that's all he's going to work with. His fielding is good enough, or really good actually compared to most pitchers. Arm strength, solid. You can live with these. Put a bat in his hands? I think not. It's probably why he was picked by an American League team. Next up, Garrett Dorman, Californian, 18 years old. Good against righties, even better in the power department though against lefties. Vision, discipline, clutch, just not there. His durability is elite. He can field his position. It's probably why the B potential. A good enough arm that he could probably play somewhere else on the field. Speed, good enough. Next up, Mitchell Pulliam from Pennsylvania. He is a fielding kind of catcher, as you can see with the 79 fielding, 63 arm. It's all right. If he can give you anything on the bat, with a bat in his hands, cool. Speed, just not there. Blocking at about average. Next up, John Burr. 96 stamina, 18 years old, lefty throwing from Massachusetts. Again, only throws 3 pitches. With that stamina, 65 hit per 9, home runs per 9 at a 76. That probably explains his stamina. He's not giving up the long ball. He's not really giving up hits. He's able to, his velocity isn't there. He'd like to see that sinker or even that fastball up a little higher. Arm strength is okay. Fielding, And again, high durability to go along with the high stamina. Next, Canadian third baseman Steve Cutler. Again, this guy's okay with the bat in his hands. Not much of a fielder. How is he a third baseman? I guess they didn't have anybody else to stick in that hot corner. Speed, solid. He will steal a bag or two if you've got a long delivery. Next up is Nate Clark, a borderline starter / reliever stamina, but his hit and K per 9s are good enough that, you know what, maybe you'll feel more comfortable with him as a starter, thinking he'll get better. Control is okay. Velocity is alright, so is his break. 2-seam slider, curveball, changeup. Arm strength is elite, though he can't field worth a damn. Bat in his hands, don't bother. All right, Texas Rangers are the team with the second pick in the draft, and these are the players that are mocked to take in the draft in about a month. First up, we've got 94 potential, 21-year-old catcher Fernando Adino from Venezuela. He's got okay contact numbers. Power is going to need work. I don't know who the scout is because I don't know how you come up with an A potential for a guy that looks like it's going to be a little while before he becomes anything. He's not a contact hitter. He doesn't have good vision. His power isn't there. His defense isn't there. He's got speed. I give him that. 64 speed is good for a catcher, but if you can't get on base, what the hell good is your speed? You can't go first or third if you don't go to first. Got a good arm, a decent arm, 73 arm strength, 58 accuracy. He does seem to hit righties well in whatever capacity you take that up as you can see by the 9 quadrants. So 9 quadrants, that made no sense. You know what I'm saying. Up in the upper right corner. Anyhow, next player, Chris Veach, first baseman. Doesn't seem to play any other positions. I think they're the glitch where secondary positions don't show up until you actually put them on the roster. Which is kind of stupid, but whatever. Maybe that's still a thing. Maybe that's just my save file. Who knows? Good. He's at least average contact against lefties. He's meh against righties. He plays almost no defense. His arm is good, so he could be a right fielder too if he could ever get his fielding up. His reaction isn't there. My goodness. He's durable, so maybe he'll outlast a bunch of guys. He's from Washington, D.C., 6 feet, 186. He's a whole field hitter. He might just be a platoon guy. Next up is Mike Soto, the right fielder from Venezuela. He's got okay contact, better lefty than righties. He's got okay vision, which might help him out. He's whatever stock you put in clutch, he's at least average at that. Not a bunter, solid to good durability. His fielding is all right. He's an outfielder. His arm is not there. That's why he's playing right. Speed is all right. He steals some bags. Not a pitcher at all, and seems to be better of a righty hitter than he is against the lefties, according to that chart there. Next up is Mike Valentin, and my goodness, come on. Why are these... I get you want best players available, but this is ridiculous. Anyhow, then again, I'm not in their GM office. All right, Jeff Valentin, probably the better of the two first basemen. He is average at contact and a little bit better at power, 62 vision, so that's not too shabby. Can kind of come through in the clutch a little bit. He's a lefty batter, does not bunt, is okay on durability, does have some some arm issues, judging by the arm strength and arm accuracy. So don't expect him to throw anybody out at all. Probably why he's playing first. His fielding is not too shabby for a first baseman. He's a pull hitter, so he's an extreme pull hitter, according to the spray chart, meaning he's more than likely going to get the shift a lot of the time. Doesn't pitch or anything like that, so he is what he is. He'll probably be the higher of the two first basemen that the Rangers have selected. Next up, we've got 79 potential second baseman Greg Grady, 19 years old, from Oklahoma. Switch hitter. He's okay against righties and meh against lefties. Not much in the way of power. Not much in the way of vision. Durability. Again, he'll probably outlast some guys just from being able to stay on the field. Fielding, which is a lot of second baseman's calling card, is not really there. Arm strength is okay. Speed is decent. Not much to really, look at, to be real with you. Maybe he'll become, something solid. Again, 79 potential, so he could be a major league backup if he ever gets it together. Dennis McCarthy, the reliever, honestly, I think probably the best pick. Just looking at the numbers alone, 18 years old, from California, 2 fastballs, 4-seam, running fastball, which you don't see too often nowadays, the changeup, the slider, and the curveball. So he's pretty much got it all as far as a pitching repertoire. 5 pitches, hit per 9, solid. K per 9 is good. Walks and home runs per 9, they're all right. Like, he can get by with what he has. Granted, he doesn't throw very hard, which probably contributes to his 55 control. Velocity, again, not there. Break, he's got some break on those pitches, but best believe that. 65 arm strength. He's not gonna be very accurate. So hopefully you've got an athletic, fielders, so that they're able to make the adjustments they need to get to the ball. And he's, for a pitcher, I guess he's an okay hitter. Doesn't bunt, but he's a reliever, so you're almost never going to see them ever with a bat in their hands, unless they're just going to sit there and go, listen, just take sign all the way. And that is the Texas Rangers. If I had to give this team a grade, a C. I'm just going to give it a C. The last team, despite the fact that the Dodgers are the defending world champions, are the Houston Astros, and I did this for a reason. Unfortunately, I'm not doing 30-team control, so I have literally no control over them not having their first and second round picks, as they should, regarding the cheating scandal almost 5 years ago. So we're just going to go with what they got here. I'm really indifferent about it. Like, even as a Yankee fan, I am long past this whole, people talking about the cheating thing. It's funny, when, the crowd wasn't there last year and they are now. But after, some of the things people were saying was just a little ridiculous. Like, come on, like, quit with the, the death threats and stuff like that. Like, it's a game. Relax. All right. Anywho, let's actually get into their mock draft. A potential pitcher, Franklin Moore from the Netherlands. 4 pitches, 3 of which are fastballs, 4-seam, 2-seam, sinker, changeup. Good stamina. Ks per 9 is a little better than most, and he's coming out of draft. Okay in pitching clutch. Velocity is good enough. Break. Arm strength is not too shabby. He can hit a little something. If this were like 10 years ago and the Astros were in the National League, which actually reminded me of why the Diamondbacks and the Astros are considered rivals. I completely lost that the Astros played in the National League. Anyhow, solid durability. Or not solid. He's not really that durable. Arm strength. Seems like a solid pitcher. He's going to be a bit before he ever makes it to the majors. Next is Randy Saucedo from Texas. 21-year-old, 6 foot 216. If he was 316, we call him Randy Austin. Anyhow, I don't even think you can get a layup at 300 pounds. Ooh, anyways, he's okay with the bat in his hands. He can bunt. He can bunt. Hey, I mean, you never know when you might need to bunt a runner over. Durability is good. Not much of a fielder. I just realized he's a catcher, which means his fielding actually probably it should be. That's not very good. Oh boy, nothing to really hang his hat on other than the fact he might be able to bunt and he's durable. Here's Joe Namath from Washington, 19 years old. He's got very good contact. He's got vision that, he can play well with that. Bunting, he is a damn good bunter. Durability is in an 83. He's not much of a field, despite the fact they call him a shortstop. And his speed is good. Next is Lawrence Wallace, who isn't a better fielder than him, but does throw harder. From New York. Oh boy, not much of a batter. Another guy who's durable. His 9 squares just show he might be a better hitter than what they give him credit for. I don't know who scouted this guy. Or 70 speed, 66 steals, so he'll be able to take a bag or 3 in a season. Next up is Darren Bridges. Good contact, not much in the way of power. Very good vision for a guy coming out 18 years old from Delaware. Clutch, very much clutch. Fielding is actually good enough. He may be, a AAA, major league type batter and fielder at some point. If he can maintain those numbers or those scouted numbers. Next is Jimmy Mercado. They're probably trying to make up for the guy that they drafted before. And he's not a whole lot better. He's not nearly as durable, but he feels just a bit better and he has a better arm. Not very fast. Righty from Venezuela. 6'5", 227. You'd think he'd hit more power than that. Next is Bartolo Calderon from Puerto Rico. Solid stamina for a reliever. A hit per 939. His K's per 9 up there, so he's going to get you out as he throws a 5-pitch repertoire of a 4-seamer, a curveball, a changeup, a running fastball, and a slider with 94 velocity and 60 break. Not much of a batter, and he's probably prone to a fair amount of injuries. And that'll actually wrap up all of the mock drafts. The actual draft itself is coming up very soon. I hope you guys, I'll probably try to live stream that, so hopefully you guys will join me for that.